right, Jimmy, let's do it. Let's bring in our guest for center stage. Today we are joined by the incomparable. I'm thinking he's the incomparable Will Greenblatt. Yeah, former child actor. No, we're not talking Gary Coleman child actors. No, we're talking child actor turned public coach. I know, Johnny, you'd get a laugh out of that one. Who helps entrepreneurs find their voice and grow their business. Helped over 4,500 people. Yeah, 40. Just think around that. Raised more than $300 million through storytelling and pitching. Mr. Greenblatt, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you for having me. It's so good to be here with you guys.
We are happy to have you.
What's up, Will?
Good to be here with you guys.
So listen, guys, Will has an incredible story. He started acting in film and TV at the age of 7. That's like this, that's 7. And is now transformed into one of the top public speaking coaches for entrepreneurs. So whether you're pitching to investors or leading a team, Will knows how to help you find your voice. Working with over 4,500 folks, he's helped them build confidence, secure investment through storytelling. Will, my friend, what's shaking, man? I'm happy to have you here. What's going on today, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm always up at this hour because I have a 2-year-old. So even though I'm not at my best, I'm up anyways. So I wish I could say it's because of my own intrinsic motivation, but she gets me up no matter whether I want to or not. But it's nice to have a little built-in alarm clock. And so, yeah, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Awesome. We're doing great. We are talking accountability partners here today, Will. And clearly you have a 2-year-old accountability partner that keeps you accountable to your goals, which is for life, right? So it's like, I got to get up, man. It's time to rock and roll.
Can't press snooze on her.
As hard as I try, she won't go back to bed.
No built-in snooze button on a child, no.
That's it. Well, you've worked with a lot of entrepreneurs who are brilliant at their craft, but they freeze up when it comes to speaking in public. How do you help these guys, these women, these humans, these everybody? How do you help them break through that barrier? And what role does accountability, you as an accountability partner, play in that transformation? Will Greenblatt.
I think that the biggest thing with working as a coach, as I think all you guys know, is a huge part of that is the accountability piece, is to go, okay, I can give you information, but information is abundant nowadays. You can find it on, you can go to Khan Academy, you can find all of the information is out there. What I'm trying to do is say, here's the exercises that I recommend. Now, did you do them today? Did you do them this week? And like an athlete, which is why I was so excited to come on with you, because I make this parallel all the time. You have to train your body to do this stuff. Speaking is a physical act. It's not a mental one. You have to create a mind-muscle connection from your brain to your mouth muscles, to your chest muscles, to your arm muscles, to your leg muscles, to your core, all of that stuff. There's motor patterns, there's kinetic chains, and that takes a shit ton of repetition in different ways. And you have to prepare yourself for the variety, for things going wrong. So if you're just like, okay, I should articulate my consonants better so that my words hit harder. Did you practice that?
Yeah.
Or are you just, do you know that you should do that? And then you get up on stage and all of a sudden your mouth doesn't do what you want it to because you didn't practice. So I think the biggest thing for accountability is making sure they do the exercises. But I like to go a level deeper, which is you're not going to do anything unless you really understand why and what it's going to mean for your life. Yeah, I really try to start with why, as Simon Sinek, the great book that he wrote about, all about that. And that's what I lacked in school. My teachers never explained to me why we were doing these weird exercises at theater school. And I would always ask, why are we doing this? And they would yell at me. They'd be like, just fucking do the work. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to help me and I don't know how. So why would I do this until you've convinced me that this is valuable? And so I always had that attitude, and then I got in a lot of trouble for it. So when I started coaching and teaching, I was like, I'm not going to make my students, I'm going to explain it to them and make sure they understand the value of these exercises. And the best coaches and teachers I see always do that. They start with why, and they say, we're doing this because it's going to help you. So this is a tongue twister. It looks ridiculous. It sounds really fucking stupid. But if you do this 5 to 10 times a day in the morning before your first Zoom call, you'll notice people start nodding a little bit more to what you're saying. You'll notice people are getting more engaged. If you start practicing by raising your eyebrows when you speak, you'll notice people start nodding along with you and asking you more questions and being engaged, because we have mirror neurons. And if you raise your eyebrows, other people are sitting there going, oh, this must be interesting. There's all these explanations for why these exercises are useful. And so that's what I try to bring in first before the, okay, do it because your coach said so.
Johnny, I see you nodding there, leaning in when he's talking about the why. You have clients come to you, Johnny, and ask you why. And are you just like, and do you take the time to explain the why? Or are you like, listen, trust me, I've been doing this for 500 decades, just do it?
No, I completely agree in the fact that when someone understands why they're doing something, it's a whole different deal. 100%. Even when I get the CEO that says, look, I don't care why, I just need this result. I'm going to give you the result, but I'm going to give it to you faster when you listen for a few minutes here. I'll make this short and sweet, but you got to pay attention. You got to take those notes, because you write this shit down, you're going to remember it. And then if you understand why, gives it to you faster. Is that part of your formula? Yes, it is. Then shut up and let's go.
Some people think that public speaking isn't necessary. Yeah,
I got it.
Go, Marty.
You got to
Go.
cut me loose, man. I'm jumping over here, man. I'm squirming in the chair, Keith.
I love it.
I have the same issue with clients. They always ask me, and I always give them I got to give them a scientific breakdown when it comes to nutrition or protein, whatever. So I feel you on that. And I just wanted to add, Will, I understand because when I played basketball, I used to get in trouble all the time. And I would ask my coaches why, and they would get pissed off. They would get pissed. I always got in trouble for that. So I am the way I am now. But I totally agree with you. So that makes me a better coach now. So I'm with you 100%.
Well, it's funny that you said that because I was about to ask you both the power of the why. And is why as a coach, looking at all three of you, is why the secret question we need to be explaining to our clients? Is it that magic button that as a coach or as a mentor or as a leader, we often forget about, which is giving somebody the why? Sometimes the person might not even know they need the why to get moving. It goes back to even our conversation with John Cena earlier about purpose. But Will, come back to you. Is why the magic question?
It is, especially because they need to also inspire that in their audience. Yeah. I do a funny thing because I speak to help other people speak. So it's a funny thing I have to, and you guys probably do this as fitness coaches as well. If you can't do the exercise, they're not going to listen to you. Like you have to show them you've got what it takes.
Walk the walk, baby. Walk that walk.
Thank you.
Exactly. When I'm speaking, if I'm in a group workshop, if I'm doing a keynote, like on stage in front of hundreds of people, if I suck, then why would anybody want to work with me? So I have to demonstrate that I'm doing it. And part of that demonstration is I have to start with my why, the why for them, because they're going to need to do that for their audiences when they get up on stage. If they can't trigger the why inspiration for their audiences, then they won't get the same engagement. So I think coaching, teaching, public speaking, they're all the same. You asked about the purpose of it, the necessity of it. It's about convincing people. It's about persuading people. And it's about creating human connection with other people. And what could be more important than that? What could be more important for our happiness, for our health, for our longevity, for business success, for personal relationships? They're really, to me, obviously I'm biased, but I really don't think there's anything more important than being able to create human connection, both one-on-one, but at scale as well, for your personal brand, for any shit that you're trying to get done in the world. You need people on board and you need people to be excited. And so I think the why is usually what triggers the excitement, and then the excitement will trigger action, which obviously is what you want.
Yeah, the magic word is why. And if you're loving what Will is saying and what Marty and John are saying, I invite you to hit that like button and tell us in the comments, what's your biggest fear when it comes to public speaking? And if you're ready to level up your pitch, you want to get your pitch better ready, you want to get better at doing what you're doing, I invite you to connect with Will over on LinkedIn. He's the guy you need to talk to. And Will, we got Tangerine, who's apparently seen all your movies. She's like, hey, I've seen all Will's movies. So it's awesome for Tangerine. I appreciate you joining us here this morning on the show. I see you, Denise. I see you, Kaylin. I see everybody there on the show this morning. I feel like I'm doing romper room this morning, Christina. So listen, stick around. Will's going to come back later for deep dive, where we're going to get into more about accountability partners, how it's helped shape Will's career. And we're going to continue digging into the conversation with Will Greenblatt in the deep dive. But before we do that, we got a segment we call the See Marty Fit Tip. Christopher Martin, See Marty Fit, has got something for you guys I think you want to pay attention to. Marty, what do you got for him, pal?
Got some good stuff today, man.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Yeah, get off the screen, Keith. All right.